I want to say thank you to Sakura Co. and Tokyo Treat for sponsoring this video. Hey guys, I'm here. Welcome back for the season finale of My Adventures with Superman. Make sure to stick around after the reaction. I got something for you guys that I think you guys would really enjoy, especially if you enjoy this show. I think this is right up your alley. It has been a wild and wonderful ride through this show, man. I love what they've been doing with the change up and the shake up to kind of the status quo, as well as still maintaining this strong affection for the core of the Superman character. And the mysteries that they've been unfurling with this adaptation have just kind of had me on the edge of my seat the entire way through. Animation's been beautiful. The character work has been spectacular. I've been loving this show, man. With that said, I'm excited to see where this goes, especially after the cliffhanger at the end of the last episode. I don't know what that's going to lead into. I don't know what we're going to be hanging here with, because I imagine we'll probably get some kind of cliffhanger for season 2, which thankfully has already been greenlit. So maybe we don't have to wait too long for that, but who knows? We'll find out soon enough. But guys, let's go ahead and hop in. If you want to see the full-length reaction, you can check it out over on Patreon, or Forgotten Marvel's channel gets you access as well. It's a watch-along format, so you win your own footage to sync up the time codes and reaction the entire episode. Over there, you also get to suggest and vote on what movies to react to each month. We got monthly Q&As, behind-the-scenes footage, and try to make it worth your while, so you're going to support the channel, guys. I really appreciate it. If you enjoy this reaction, to leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. With that all sound out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into episode 10. Here we go. Oh, shit. It's another dream? Yeah, it's gotta be. Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude, that's some Vader and the tree shit right there. Oh, wow. Immediately went to go talk to Pa.
You tried to conquer this planet. I won't let that happen. Ever. I'm not like you. I'll never be like you. And if you come to Earth again, I'll be here to stop you.
Damn it.
My son.
Damn it! Why now? Why'd you wait? Speak English!
Clark, thank you so much for hosting me.
Hearts of the Fathers.
Even at his best, my dad is a lot. Is it too late to cancel Thanksgiving?
Oh, great. We're meeting the dad. Oh, yeah, it's straight up still here.
I have a favor to ask you guys. I need your help finding the general.
What? The guy who kidnapped and then tried to kill you.
Hey, don't worry. Go to dinner. You'll find him.
I have to keep Earth safe from Krypton, and he's the only person who has the answers. I'll go get our usual.
You're sure he hasn't seen the terrifying evil Superman data sphere?
No, and you are gonna help me make sure he never does.
Oh.
Clark's in a bad space.
Okay.
Seeing that...
It would destroy him. Just hate secrets. We said no more secrets.
What are you guys talking about?
Secrets. Apparently, as super hearing, he's got a handle on it right now.
Do you know how we deal with this type of behavior at the Daily Planet?
City Safe Superman by Lois Lane, Clark Kent, and Jimmy Olsen.
No.
You're terrible interns. So the only thing to do was to make you reporters.
Holy shit. Don't know how that works, but let's do it. Aww. Aww. Hell yes.
Okay, mushy feelings time is over. Half of you have deadlines and the other half are leaving early today. But I need you to stay, Olsen. We need to talk about Flamebird.
Oh. But why?
Our article, you had it framed.
It's only the nicest thing I've ever read by the most talented, heroic lady I know.
Well, you know that Clark's the one who saved the city.
And he couldn't have done it without you. Clark, peel potatoes. I'm in the turkey zone.
Thank you. And not just for the fruit. You know, after his powers showed up, Clark was so scared of hurting someone that he kept himself at a distance.
That's
But
so
now
sad.
He has you with him. So again, Lois Lane, thank you.
I'll
No.
help you find the general.
Thank you, Lois.
You're not gonna have to work that hard.
Oh, no, Dad's here. What do I do? What do I say? We need a plan. Let's hide and make one.
Lois, come on. What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, you don't even know.
Nothing can change the way I feel about you. Not even your grumpy...
Dad, this is my boyfriend. Clark, meet my dad.
Hi. Hello.
Oh no.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Lane.
Awkward.
So, you look familiar, Kent.
Oh,
Have
God.
we met before?
She's smart, hardworking, and successful.
She's Elaine. It's what we expect.
Ew.
What are you doing with your life, Kent?
Actually, say.
What are your intentions
Clark
with my
does a
daughter?
lot. Just the other day, he saved the entire ship.
Oh, what are you doing?
Store. Ma, we should help in the kitchen.
He's not the friendliest man, but you can't hate your girlfriend's father, Clark. No matter what he says about your perfect son.
Ma.
Thank you for spending Thanksgiving with me.
I'm glad you could make it. I've been meaning to introduce you to Clark, and the Kents are so nice.
No, there's a
Mrs.
little
Kent
smile
said
there.
Something about success.
Oh, I had my first article published. You haven't read it, have you? You never read what I write.
Lois, I've been busy.
Yeah, with what?
It's classified.
Well, that was a productive turkey strategy meeting, but we'll just leave.
I wish I could remember where I've seen you before. You always wear glasses.
Hey, everybody! I have news!
Jimmy! Oh,
This is Jimmy!
Let me show you the kitchen. Lois's dad is the general who tried to kill me.
What? Have you told Lois?
How am I supposed to do that?
Do you have something to tell me?
I don't know who you are.
Jimmy!
Clark, you are going to tell Lois about her dad. Then you are both going to thank me for my emotional
Hell
maturity
yes.
and for bringing your stuff, which you left at the
Oh no.
toilet.
No, no.
Jimmy,
Oh no.
give that to me. Now.
Wait, Clark!
What is this?
Oh no.
This isn't you.
Lois, I don't... I can't...
Clark? Clark, what's going on?
Oh shit. Whoa, whoa.
Kryptonite, a poison gin.
Oh no, that's Brainiac.
Clark, what's going on?
Oh, what if his ship was also a prison for it? For Brainiac, he was sealed away in it, maybe? Oh no, whoa.
Dad!
Lane here. Deploy all assets to my location ASAP.
Uh-oh.
I have eyes on Nemesis Omega, and I'm carrying out termination orders.
Oh, whoa. Oh no. Oh damn, they all, I didn't even notice that before. They all have Brainiac's emblem on them. Oh! At least, hey, it works on the tech. Damn.
Repeat, I need backup. Nemesis Omega has landed.
It's you. You're the general.
What are you doing here?
Task Force X? Nemesis Omega? Zero Day?
How do you know those words?
The one who kidnapped Superman. It's you. It's all been you.
Lois, There's so much more to this.
Oh!
Get behind me!
Oh, it's not enough for this thing. Oh, but he is...
Jimmy went that way.
Lois,
Jimmy, how did you
Holy
do
shit.
all this?
The rock that hurts Clark hurts the robots too. We can take out the rest with this.
Uh-oh.
not again.
What is that?
This is what happened on Zero Day. I have to stop it. Lois, the sphere.
No! I'm not letting you sacrifice yourself to save us!
That rock is the only thing that can destroy my ship and close the portal.
It'll kill you, Clark! I love you, and I can't lose you!
He took it.
Wait. No.
Oh no. Wow. Oh. Oh, wow, dude. He's like an antivirus. Oh, whoa.
Kal-El, my son. Live.
Oh. Come on.
Stop!
I need you to get out of the way, Lois.
So you can murder the man who just saved us?
I am doing this to protect you, Lois.
But I don't need you to protect me, Dad. I need you to listen. That man risked everything to protect our world. If you care about me at all, let him go.
General, what's your situation?
This is Lane. False alarm. Stand down.
What? General!
Wow.
Dad, thank you.
Oh, he's gone.
Wait, James, you said you had something to share.
Oh, right. I sold Flamebird to the Daily Planet for $5.6 million.
Oh,
I'm
whoa.
super rich now.
What?
Pass the yams, please.
Yes, the yams indeed.
Oh, you know you're my favorite, right?
Well, damn.
Unexpected.
Oh.
I have found a new planet for you. It is a planet in rebellion.
Let them rebel in the end.
Before Zod! There's no other reason you would say that. There is no other reason you would say that. But before we get into things, I want to share a little something with you guys. Just like this show has been bringing Japanese inspiration to your eyeballs, today's partner is bringing it to your taste buds. Today I have the opportunity of working with Sakura Co. and Tokyo Treat to help bring the taste and flavors of Japan straight to your home. If you're anything like myself, I love Japanese treats, man. There's just some of the best. If you live where I live, it's not easy to come by. Each of these offers up their own variety of Japanese snacks in a monthly subscription box. With Tokyo Treat, you'll get the latest exclusive and limited edition snacks straight out of Japan with seasonal flavors, while Sakura Co. focuses more on local snack makers who use traditional and authentic Japanese methods of snack making, as well as teas and tableware that comes in with this also. Both boxes share a united theme for the month of September, which is to celebrate Tsukimi, the Japanese autumn moon viewing festival. Both boxes are packed with Tsukimi-themed snacks, as well as a bunch of flavors that are meant to kind of pair and accentuate and invoke the autumn spirit. First off, we're going to be cracking open the Tokyo Treat box. This gigantic Kit Kat bar is covering up most of the products you see in here, man. Look at all these snacks, and there's even more buried under this. But one of the prominent things featured within this is this chestnut flavored Kit Kat bar, which is definitely not something I've tasted before. Oh my lord, this is good. I'm not even kidding. Holy crap, I was unprepared for how good this was. All right, let's try this full moon rice crackers. We'll stick with the theme here, you know? I got I'm doing a little piggy today. All right, let's try these mint chocolate moon pebbles. Quite literally rock candy. Look at that. It looks like little stones. Oh. I'm sorry guys, you're just watching me eat right now. Gah. Well, let's switch it up and try some of the Sakura Co. We'll start this one off with the Full Moon Soft Chew. Look at that one, man. Look at the little rabbit in the moon on there. Look how freaking adorable that is. Sorry, rabbit. Dude, I've had snack boxes before. They have not been this good, dude. I'm not kidding. Let's try one of these full moon cookies. Well, this one got a little cracked, but it's fine. Oh, this one's even got the same design on it too. Like, look at that. The little rabbit, the pampas grass. Well, this is already broken off, so let me wash that down with this Hatamugi tea, which came with this as well. Oh wow, they were right. That does pair pretty dang good with this. All right, let's try some of the black sesame mochi. Oh my gosh. Ah! I need Superman to open this for me. Seriously. There we go. All right, let's see. So squishy. Well, that's an interesting combination there. I've never had anything like that. This is good. Kind of shocking, to be honest. Let's finish this off with the strawberry white chocolate fruit. Oh wow, that strawberry is strong. It has that texture of it too. Is this like dehydrated? It's a strawberry soaked in white chocolate. I was so confused about that. It was really good. It has like the texture of a strawberry, but like the consistency of white chocolate. It threw my brain off for a minute, but once you kind of settle into it, man, it was really good. And if you're not sure what any of the snacks are, each one of these boxes comes with a handy dandy booklet that breaks down all the different varieties of snacks that are included, as well as nutritional aspects, whether or not it is vegetarian, whether or not it includes any common allergens. It's very helpful for someone like me who has a lot of food allergies. But not only does it have stuff like that about the snacks themselves, the artisans that put them together, but it also includes a bunch of little cultural details as well that is really beautiful about the autumn festival itself. It also has information on the history, the traditions, the festivals, and some of the folklore that is prominent around this period, one of which I was actually familiar with before going into this, the story of the rabbit on the moon. Definitely recommend looking into that. It's a great little tale. And like I mentioned in the beginning, the Sakura Co boxes come with a tea as well as a piece of tableware that you can add to your collection. And look at this beauty here, man. And that's real. But guys, if you or any of your loved ones love Japanese snacks, this is a great way to get them sent directly to your home, and it helps support the channel. If you want to check those out, links are in the description. Use promo code OMNI, OMN1, to get $5 off your first box. And again, thank you to Sakura Co. and Tokyo Treat for sponsoring this video. Whew. Okay. So there's quite a lot to talk about here. So like, I feel like the orb, aside from giving them kryptonite, the realization of the evil Superman plot kind of went nowhere, other than instilling some temporary doubt. But that was quelled like long ago. He's just kind of like, oh, well, that sucks, but I got to focus on this. And then that's what he did, except for when it incapacitated him with the kryptonite actually came out of there. And it seems like Jor-El is kind of like the longer they interact, because they've really not spent any time with each other. So like, it's interesting to me that maybe he would have been able to adapt and learn more of the language if they were able to converse more, because he was starting to get words together that he could string enough of to get what his sense of self, or what he's trying to get across and off his chest were. So Clark just doesn't understand. So it seems like this is like Zod in allegiance with Brainiac, or maybe Brainiac is just like the thing that runs his ship, because that's Brainiac's emblem that is on all of the machines, and on that one that was talking to, was that like base Zod that we saw initially from the flashback on Zero Day? And he's since kind of like evolved with new tech and whatever, and armor, to become this like little tumor guy at the end. I don't know. But you know, even though like the emblem didn't look right to me, that didn't resemble Zod's emblem. Like, I checked the credits, and you know, there's no mention except Kryptonian Warrior. Brainiac is in the credits as well. I assume that's the robotic one that was coming down, delivering the information, that actually had Brainiac's logo on his forehead. But the other one who had the crest of L, as we've seen Superman wearing, it's not Zod's logo, though he says kneel, they will kneel, which seems like a very pointed reference to General Zod, but the slash goes the wrong way. So I'm very curious who this is, what they're going to do with it. Who knows? Could be a multiverse thing. I don't know. That could kind of tie things back into the orb if they end up fighting an evil version of Clark. I don't know, but it seemed to be Zod is what the main implication I got out of it is, even if the emblem doesn't necessarily match up. Like, I did double check. I went back and looked at it multiple times. The direction of the arc on it is an S, so not a Z. So it is what it is. We'll have to wait and find out in season 2, I guess. Like, he associates Jor-El with this, but then that begs the question: why is Jor-El's AI on that ship? So this ship was one of those ships, like, it's sent here to be a gateway to a door. That ship had Clark on it. That's interesting, because that kind of doesn't line up all that well with what we saw Jor-El show him when the planet blew up. Or no, what if there's a misconception here? What if that's not the pod that he arose in, but that's what they thought it was? Maybe he landed coinciding with that. Because otherwise, how did the Kents even get him out of it? You know, I don't know. There's a lot of questions I have surrounding just the machinations of all this. Because if that was a Brainiac ship, why was Jor-El's AI in it? It reminds me of kind of like the thing they did in Man of Steel, where his consciousness was a part of the key, and he was able to get into Zod's ship once he was inserted there, and he became this kind of like hologram presence who could interact with the mechanisms of the host body that he was in. So he was able to control the ships, the doors, the securities, the locks, all that. So maybe that was something similar here. All right, so I did go back and rewatch the scene where Clark was in the ship learning about... See, this is the thing. This is where what I was talking about. I went back and looked at that, and he was put in a little baby pod. They were on the planet. There was a battle happening up in space while a object was launched into its sun, maybe causing it to erupt, but also the planet was kind of falling apart. So I don't know what Krypton destruction apocalypse they're choosing here, but Clark was on a little baby pod sent from the planet off. He wasn't in a huge ship. So that had to have come here from Zero Day. Like, Zero Day would have had to have been something wholly different. It kind of goes back to one of the things that I was saying. It was like, either he came through the portal when they first tried to invade before it got disrupted, or that was just something that happened to coincide when his pod landed here. But that still begs the question of why Jor-El's AI or his hologram was able to come with Clark into that ship. Why was Jor-El's AI even in that ship to begin with? I just got so many questions, man. How this freaking functions? We also never got any answers as to how Clark's powers function in this universe as well. Because all of the drones, all of the weapons, which seem to be unmanned, these ships didn't have any Kryptonians on them. So it all seemed to be Brainiac related. Like, at least maybe Brainiac is an extension of the tech, the one that controls them all. And maybe that was the one, I assume, which is the one that came down talking to the Kryptonian warrior. So I got just so many questions. I got so many questions, man. It's just a lot to kind of juggle right now because it all feels like it conflicts in a bunch of different ways. But what if this is like again, another Man of Steel comparison? What if this is like a Codex situation where Clark himself was encoded with something? So maybe he just needs to interact with Kryptonian technology in order to trigger these things. Because just like when he touched the tech and he got those flashes, those memories, those visions of Zero Day. So like maybe by interacting with Kryptonian tech, maybe just by going to that ship, maybe just because that wasn't his ship, just because it was Kryptonian tech, maybe him going in there allowed Jor-El to access it. Maybe he's got Jor-El in him, like a data version of him instilled in his DNA. That's my best explanation to tie all of these things together. And that could also explain Clark's powers and how they kind of activate in a sort of way. Maybe there is some kind of, like the tech itself, bioengineered mechanic about his biology that we don't understand in this universe. There's a lot of heavy tech focus in this versus what we've seen with some other iterations. So I don't know. I'm just kind of pulling at strings here, trying to piece it together with what we've got at the moment. But maybe I'm missing something. So let me know. Oh my God. But like the whole stuff with General Lane, like the moment I saw the title, I was like, oh, what's this going to be? Is this going to be a little Jor-El stuff, or is this going to be Lane? I mean, we had to resolve that. The fact that the revelation of that had to come out, and for it to be at Thanksgiving with all the families getting together, and then Clark not given a chance. I mean, there was no reason he had no idea. He never met Lois's father. There was no reason for him to have explained that any further or prepared her for it until in that moment. And then when do you find a good time? Jimmy found a good time, dragged him out, and was like, listen, we got to talk about this. And the invasion happened. There's some great little action moments in this, and again, I just love what they're doing with this. I love that there's so many things that are recognizably from the comics and stuff, but there's so much also that is different that it catches me so off guard that it keeps me on my toes, and I don't know what direction it's going to be going. Because that's another thing that kind of threw me for a loop too, is that the Kryptonite works against Brainiac's tech as well. So is it also like living organic tech? Which would, if it is, that would explain a little bit of why it works so well with the parasite suit and why it works, what effect that it ended up having on Livewire. Like after she had long-term exposure to it and then had the power core ripped off it while she was wearing it, she had effects that she now possesses and abilities she now possesses without it on it. It augmented her. Oh, there's just a lot of fun stuff they're doing this, but at the core of it all, Clark is just ready and willing to just put it all on the line for his home where he grew up, even so far, even though he doesn't understand the context or anything. And that's, again, me assuming that it's anything similar to what we've seen before with Jor-El. You know, he helped Clark get off of that ship. He knew what was happening to him, and he was able to use the elements of the ship that he was in to create a little escape pod for him to get him out of there so he can recover and not go down with it. But now is that opportunity to talk Jor-El. Is that gone, or is he still able to be on that little segment of the ship that got cut off? I love that every step of the way, Lois and Jimmy was backing them. I like that they got all of that out of the way, like the secret identity of it all, just kind of thrown that out just halfway through the season. And because I like the dynamic that it creates with this pocket of people that know the secret. And I understand not revealing it to her father in this moment, but maybe that would have helped. I don't know. I might put that out to you guys. Do you think Lois should have told or they should have told in general, the general. I don't know. It's one of those things where there's definitely, it would definitely be a risk. I do find it kind of interesting / odd that him calling in this false alarm to Task Force X didn't still have them come here to check it out. I would imagine they would have, like, regardless. Like, it would have been a little suspicious to me if he called them off after having called that in, but I don't know. That's just kind of where my head's at with it. Waller doesn't seem to want to take chances, so she probably would have, I don't know, maybe not. I don't know. They're not on the best of terms right now either way, though she did give him that gun, and it did prove very useful for a time until the big hulking robots came out. But yeah, Zod's off elsewhere in the galaxy, conquering some other world, while we found this. But that's the question. It's like, well, we found this. So was that not Zod that appeared the very first time? Or does he not know where he was going? He was probably just shooting for a new world to go to, kind of like, you know, pulling the comparison to Zack Snyder's Justice League when Darkseid had come to Earth once but lost, didn't even think about what planet he was because he's never been stopped. So maybe his hubris caused him to not even take note of where they even were. He was just going planet to planet to planet, but never remembered the one that he failed to obtain. A little silly when you think about it, but I wonder if that would be like a similar thing here, or maybe this was like, maybe that was a drone on his behalf going out there. Maybe that was Non, maybe that was Feora, maybe that was somebody else under Zod, and this was Zod. I don't know. Got a lot of questions about who was actually there that time. I would imagine it's probably Zod. But yeah, this definitely sets a very interesting stage, especially now that their location is kind of, this beacon has been sent out. It's like, hey, this is a fun little place. Maybe we should go check that out. And is the multiversal possible evil Clark thing going to build to anything in season 2? Or are we just kind of done with that? I mean, we didn't really get time because of what just happened to really linger on it. So we got a couple of things that are going to carry over into the next season, and we'll see how they play with it. But aside from that, I just love how wholesome this show is. I love how they really understand Clark, his relationships, and what really makes him Superman. I really love the way they handled the show, even though I do think there were some things that like the orb and the evil Superman thing. Like, it was fun with the League of Loises and all that, seeing all the little Easter eggs and all that. That was super fun. Maybe we just don't have the payoff yet, but I don't see the necessity right now of why we needed to further cast doubt on Clark when everybody on Earth was already doing that just fine without that. When he had those little hiccups with Vicky Vale and all of that, this mystery Alex as well. You know, we had enough of that already, so I don't know why we needed to internalize that with the group necessarily. I don't feel like it added too much, but that's where I'm at with this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed this reaction. I hope you enjoyed watching the season with me, and I hope you will stick around for season 2 when that comes out. But guys, I want to hear from you. Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Make sure to check out those links in the description and get you guys a box from Sakura Co. and Tokyo Treat if you guys are interested. Again, it helps out the channel, so I would appreciate it. If you want to see the full-length reaction to this episode, remember, just like that and everything else, you can check those out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, gets you access as well. And speaking of before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends, Manny Sherritt, Ryan, Karen, York, Corey Scott, Margaret Grace, Melito, Rob Rongato, Jeffrey Hale, M. Sephiroth, Jake Cantrell, and Eric Official. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.